Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're taking a look with Ian from Take One Video. Morning Ian.
Morning.
Taking a look at a couple of old, well I say old, they're not that old are they, but they're old compared to some of this kit that we've got. But a couple of old HD camcorders, and I'm asking the question really, are these sort of cameras, this sort of format, you know, conventional style camcorder, are they relevant in 2018? You know, there's so many manufacturers now producing high-end DSLR mirrorless style cameras, but are they, you know, are they going to overtake these and no, the manufacturer's never going to make these again, never going to be used again? I don't know. I think there's still a really good reason and a good market for this kind of camcorder. I've got here the Panasonic AF101, which you've not actually ever used, have you, Ian?
I've never used one.
No. This here is very similar to your NX5, Ian, in the sense it is records AVC HD internally on two SD cards that slot inside. But this has got the advantage, it's got interchangeable lenses. So you can actually take off, turn it off a second, you can actually take off a lens and fit, you know, a lens of your choice. And, you know, that is very much like the DSLRs, isn't it? That's a bit like your GH4, your A7R2, which is what we're filming with my A7R2, but Ian's got an A7R2, which is that camera there. And you can fit wide angle lenses on, telephoto lenses on. You can't do that with your NX5, but do you really need to?
I've used this camera now for many years. It's still a workhorse, a good workhorse, and it still produces very, very good quality pictures. No, I mean, I think there are available wide angle adapters that you can screw into the lens. I've never needed to use them. The range on here, it's got a 20 times zoom on here, and the range has always been spot on for the work that I've needed. I haven't really needed to go anywhere different. The
biggest downside with this kind of, with the lenses, is the wide angle side though, isn't it? Or do you find you've not really had an issue where you're in a really tight spot? I mean, this room here is really tiny, and I fitted on this camera over here, which is picking up the audio, the new Leica 8 to 18, which is 16 to 35, 16 to 36. So, you know, that gives a nice wide view.
Yeah. I mean, I've never really needed to.
Right.
I mean, I've worked in some pretty small confined areas, and it's always been fine.
But the other thing I found, because I had an NX5, that might be mine actually originally, I don't know, the batteries are brilliant, they'll last forever.
Yeah.
These modern cameras, the DSLRs anyway, battery life is
no, this particular one, I use the Sony NPF 970 battery.
Oh right,
now,
that's the big
that's
beast.
the larger batteries. To be honest, that will last 430 minutes on a fully charged battery.
Will it?
430 minutes.
Wow.
That is incredible.
Wow.
You know, if as long as you have continuous shooting, you can that will last all day.
Well, you try getting 440 minutes out of your A7R2 battery.
It's probably going to last longer than the cards.
Yeah, it probably would. But I mean, we're just looking at, you know, why would somebody buy one of these as opposed to a mirrorless? And I've written down a whole load of reasons why, and then they're not in any order. But one beauty that has, you did a job the other day, it's got no record limit on. Same with this. The two SD card slots, there's no record limit on this camera, so no. It'll go on for as long as the battery lasts for, or as long as the SD cards run for. Yeah. I mean, you did a job the other day, 8 hours continuous.
I did over 8 hours continuous filming, these cameras take a maximum of 32 gigabyte cards.
Right, I didn't know that.
So I actually knocked it right down to MPEG-2 quality.
Right.
Quite low quality, but it still stood up.
Wow.
And I think it was just over 8 hours and 4 minutes
on
one card. But it then seamlessly joins to the next card. So when that one's full, it will automatically record onto the other card. So, you know, technically you could have had 16 hours.
Right.
So 8 hours worth of footage is quite a lot of processing.
Which you wouldn't be able to do, even on the GH5. Now the GH5, which we're filming the wide shot over there, has got no record limit. It's got two SD card slots, but you would still never get well, the battery would die on it long before, you know. So that's one thing. The other thing, another thing, professional audio inputs. Now your camera, you've already got two mics and they just go straight into the XLR inputs. Same on here, this has got the two XLR inputs built into the camera. Where again, with these cameras, you have to rig it out. I mean, by the time you've rigged it out, the cost of that and the hassle of that is tremendous, isn't it? I mean,
I've always been very pro Sony for
I've always been pro Sony
integration
as well,
of the microphone technology and audio, because I mean this particular camera follows the form format of the old 170s and 150s, you know, the DV cameras. And they are all pretty much a dream.
And
to
the old
use
DV cam,
a run and gun camera.
The old DV cameras as well that they had. You know,
they're really easy to get to grips with. The controls are easy. The audio, I've always found, is brilliant.
Again, with this camera, it's got a XLR input straight. Actually, the Panasonic one straight on the top there. But again, that's all built in. You know, you don't get that on. I mean, I've had to. I've got the K2 adapter for my Sony cameras. This is on the RX10 at the moment, but again, you have to, it's so convoluted. It's great because it works, but you have to buy all these add-ons to, you know.
No, it's the same with the 7 Mark II I've got, and again, I bought one of those.
You bought one of those, But
again, it's the technology is the same. Technology
it just works,
as these ones are built in. It works a treat. It's fully manual and fully automatic, you know, and it works so well, and it's designed so well to integrate.
The actual form factor is nice though, isn't it? When you're going out doing a long shoot, if you're filming shows or filming conferences, it's nice to have a proper camcorder style, isn't it?
You need. You can pick it up, you can switch it on.
I've never liked the monitors on the NX5. I mean, I've got crap eyes, and I've always found that monitor really bad. But the monitor on here, on the Panasonic, is excellent. I have to say, Panasonic really have nailed, even on the GH4 and the GH5, the monitors are excellent. The other thing with these type of camcorders, no overheating.
Nothing at all. No.
You know, I mean, my I've not experienced it that often, but my 6500, which is filming you, Ian, over there, that's overheated on me twice.
I mean that's. I think that's all to do with the data going to the cards, isn't it? And it's the area with the card slots that overheat.
There's something like that.
You know, I'm not technical. I don't know exactly the reasons, but I imagine with a lot of these cameras, you know, particularly 4K, it's a lot more data. And a lot more heat that's generated because of that. But once you set these things up, as you say, they just go. They run. They're reliable. You know, the picture quality. It's HD. It's good.
The other thing, ND filters, crikey. You know, one thing I really hate about all these modern cameras, pretty much all of them, they don't have ND filters built in.
Again, it's the run and gun situation.
You've got ND
built-in
filters,
switches on the side. If it's too bright, you whack up the filter.
Or if you want to create an effect by having a much shallower depth of field, you just put the ND filter in. Same with this camera. ND filters got on the wheel. You know, just turn the wheel and you've got your ND filters. You know, I've bought a variable ND filter to fit on my lenses. I haven't tested it yet to see how good it is, but I have been told they're not that good. You know, they reduce the quality quite considerably. So
there's pros and cons. There's pros and cons with all these things, but the fact is that you've got these built in on there. It's just, it's easy.
And the other thing that I love about all these cameras is a very simple, very little thing: headphone jack. Headphone jack. You wouldn't think that is so crucial, but that is crucial. The GH5's got a headphone jack, which is great because it is designed as a video camera more than a stills camera, a bit like your GH4. But my A6500's got no headphone jack. Do you just go by the needles and hope for the best, or do you have to plug a monitor into it? You know.
I mean, I think if you want really, really good, precise audio, you've got to monitor.
You've got to monitor. And the other thing is again, back to this form factor, really, everything is there. The mic inputs, the headphone jacks, everything. Where with a DSLR, I'm just using the RX10 as an example. To get pro audio, you've got to rig that up. And then you've got, you know, if you want follow focus and all of that, you've just got so much rigging to do. Power supply, to get more power, because only the battery's so small, you've got to get a battery block, like I've had to put on my 6500, you know. You don't need to do that with any of these.
There's a lot more setting up now with the A7R Mark II. which is similar to the
Yeah.
A7S Mark II. You know, if you want to film 4K with good sound and everything, and you literally have to bolt power supplies to it.
Yeah, the Atomos recorder possibly. Yeah.
Then you put your audio breakout on the top.
Yeah.
And you know, it begins to become an unwieldy sort of beast.
It does.
So I keep it to a minimal.
Right.
I don't put too much on
I
there.
do as well. I mean, I haven't put too much on these rigs up here.
But it's horses for courses. These are, you know, these have been out for many years.
I mean,
you can still buy them second hand.
But what I do like about this Panasonic one, though, even though it's a micro four thirds sensor, I don't know how big the sensor is on that one. That one might be even smaller. But one nice thing is the interchangeable lenses.
Yes.
I do like that. You know, and this Sigma lens is awesome. I know we sort of slightly digress, but this Sigma lens, I've got a Metabones adapter. It's a Canon mount lens, but I'd say the sharpness and clarity that lens gives is, you know, beyond belief.
You know,
beyond belief.
Better quality, it's all about the lens. What I would say is on these beasts, the built-in lens, the quality is actually very good.
It is, yeah.
You can't do some of the things you can do with the, you know, the interchangeable lenses, but you know, that's a different beast. That's a different requirement.
I know when you're going out doing creative stuff and not your sort of bold. That's really, I don't like that feel. Feels like it's grinding. I know when you're going out doing your creative stuff, you do go out with your A7R2 or your GH4 or both or whatever, because you can create that depth of field. You can create that by changing lenses and this, that, and the other. And I do know that's what you do. You know.
But there's a lot more setup as well. So you can't just suddenly switch it on and off you go. Whereas with this type of beast, you can. Literally. It doesn't take a lot to get the settings into the mode you want, and you're away. And everything's built in. You know, you might have to put a microphone on the top.
But I mean,
still got your built-in
even if
mic.
you didn't use that mic, you know, even if that weren't plugged in, let's take that out.
I mean, literally, you can replace the built-in one for a shotgun mic in there.
And look how compact, relatively compact that is. You know, because by the time you rig out these DSLRs, you know, I'll show a picture of my rig up afterwards. You know, that's really bulky. So there we go. That's just a short sort of reason why there is still a need for, you know, this sort of kit. And I'd recommend this sort of kit to anyone, depending on what they want to do with it, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, let's say, for example, you were setting up in business and your main goal was to do conferences, was to do shows, theatre shows, whatever. I would direct them to, you know, not necessarily this camera or necessarily this camera, but this style of camera.
That style, yeah.
Yeah, because much better than these DSLRs or these mirrorless cameras, much better. The GH5, which we're filming on with a wide shot over there, I'm really getting to like that camera, Ian. You
know, getting back to looking at the, you know, old school HD, I suppose. These aren't top range cameras.
Yeah, they are,
But they are good workhorses,
but they're so cheap to buy on eBay now as well. I mean, as you say, 1,400, 1,500. This one's 800-ish, 700-800 body only. You know, get yourself a damn good, decent outfit. You know,
if it's been looked after. It will last for a long time.
So there we go, everyone. That's me and Ian's quick thoughts. Well, sort of quick thoughts on, you know, the relevance of these, and we have decided these are relevant in 2018. So I hope you enjoyed our little chat. And if you enjoy my channel, please subscribe and hit the like button. It makes it well worthwhile me doing more of these. Me and Ian will be out and about this summer doing stuff, comparing stuff and what have you. So thanks for coming over, Ian.
Thank you.
No problem.